Welcome to the Hetero podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Tame.
I am Grimmo.
It's Creams.
Sledge.
You know what? Look at that. No pause necessary. Nothing. No editing needed.
Now, what if I say the N-word?
No, what about to end it all right now with one
word? How many times do you guys think we've said the N-word? As of this moment, episode, I think it's 7 or 6. How many times do you think we've said it in total?
Okay, just throughout the episodes? I don't think I've said it as much as I usually do.
I think I'm clean. I think I've only said it once.
I'm definitely
said
yo, this execution chair, that's me right now.
Okay. I think Tama said it once. I said it like 3 times, I believe. Grandma said it about 3 to 4 times.
I would say more than 3 or 4. Because I remember when you were editing, you were like, this... Because there was one bit where Ripley said it like 4 times in succession.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to reenact it. Because I can't say it. And we just give a dub on the words. Yo, remember me tell that story, right? About what was it? It was like the guy
getting his ass
and
slapped.
No. It was like you were in school and like this guy was like scared the shit out of a whole bunch of like kids. And he just kept saying the N-word in that sentence.
Yeah,
like a lot.
That's true and accurate to the story.
Yeah. But you're more valid to do it, other than, our
Carlos.
repeat offender over here.
Man on trial himself, Carlos goes.
Yeah, to reiterate, I am in the electric chair already. There is no trial necessary.
Listen, how many times do you think Carlos has said it, Creams? Because you edit out the N-words most of the time.
Okay. 4, like at least 4 times an episode. Last episode?
4 times an episode.
Last episode was like 2. That was like Miles, right? The other episode before that, I can't remember, but he did say it a couple times.
I know on the Ceph one he did 0, which we were all very proud of him.
Nobody said the N-word on the Ceph one.
Very proud of us. Nice work, guys.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's on the back all around.
I like that.
Maybe that's what I need. Maybe I need that mediator of like somebody I know I can't say it in front of.
What if we just get Seth to sit in on every podcast? He just sits there.
He moderates, and if anyone says the N-word, they're gone.
Oh, God. Actually, this transitions really well into something I just started wanting to talk about passively, but we're all gamers, We like our gamer too, Someone... I think it was last year. I think it was it was 2021, and it's that Happy New Year, guys. Happy New Year, everyone listening. It's now.
Happy New Year, guys. Yeah. I love all of y'all. Great on
them. But yeah, so on 2021, there was a competitive Overwatch match, like esports competitive, not just like a ranked match on Twitch or something. But he was also streaming his match live on Twitch. In the process of him streaming live on Twitch, he kept getting his ass just eaten out by this other Widowmaker. Every time he'd peer this corner, he'd get his head popped off, and he was getting more and more frustrated. And eventually, one of his teammates goes, "Stop fucking going over there." Actually, I have his exact words right there. His exact words are, "I don't know why you were peeking that. Why were you just standing there?" And Deller proceeds to say, "Oh, wow." And then says the N-word 60 times in 30 seconds. Alive on Twitch.
Oh, I had it the other way around. I thought it was 30 times in 1 minute.
No, it's 60 times in 30 seconds during a competitive esports match live on Twitch.
Oh my God.
You were there live. Can we get a reenactment?
Reenactment goes something like this. And occasionally, whenever he got sick of saying the N-word, he would go, "Big black dick, big black dick, big black dick."
Because like if the esports match, you'd be like, "Hey, let's see what our boy Deller is doing over here," and he's just like yelling, "Big black dick, big black dick."
Completely aside from what happened and what his actual punishment was, which we'll get into afterwards, is he worthy of any judgment? Do you think at any point in time we would do anything to him?
What do you mean?
Let's say we're the moderator on Twitch or for the esport, what are we doing to him?
Banning him?
Oh yeah, I'm getting him a pat on the back.
Give him a pat on the back.
Carlos,
honestly, I'll just put a crown on him and lift him up in front of everybody. He has won. He did it. He figured it out.
Give him the ceremonial gaming crown. Goes right atop his head.
fucking knight him in front of everybody.
God, he said it just enough times to get onto our podcast. Get on here, big guy.
Come on, fella.
Carlos, I'm really excited
Listen, no one
to
else will interview you, so we will.
Carlos, I'm really excited to see who says the N-word more in that interview, you or Deller.
This is going to be a wild competition. Plus, you can't lose to him because you're out of the podcast.
That's true. We'll replace you with Deller. We just need someone who can say the N-word unprovoked for no reason.
God, if this podcast ever gets big, I'll be really excited to get a lot of big names on here. Get Neil deGrasse Tyson.
We would never in a million years get Neil deGrasse Tyson on this podcast. I don't even if like we were the biggest podcast in the world, I don't think Neil deGrasse Tyson would come on here.
Yeah, he would.
Yeah, especially like, what the fuck? what would engage him to talk to
Right,
us?
like what would he talk about? It's like, hey, yo, Neil deGrasse Tyson, what do you think of this big dick I just drew, huh? You like that?
Yeah.
Like that shit, gay boy?
Like, no, but the universe.
How does this relate to math, nerd?
Yeah. I'll just start spitting on him. Like, what do we...
I don't know. I just feel like it would be really cool to just have people we could actually, like have really in-depth talks to. Because all of our talks have just been like really dumb.
Well,
not like dumb, but like, they're not intellectuals.
Well,
they're not like me a stoic. Like stoic face.
Hey. No. Everyone, let's give Creams the floor. Talk about stoicism, please. Go ahead. Yeah, let's hear it.
Talk about stoicism. Okay?
What do you want to
Interview
hear?
this
Children?
guy.
To all two of our adoring fans, please enlighten them on what you've been talking about for the past millennia and a half.
It's been the past hour, but I'm gonna drop it on you. Some hidden knowledge, right?
Oh yeah, please do.
So Stoics, right? They appreciate life, right? They go through life, they're happy. Are they? I don't know. They're just unfazed, right? Let me give you an example of a real stoic move here.
Right.
Audience of two. Stoics, right? They might say, I want to eat a burrito tomorrow, right?
Yeah,
and
they say that all the time. All the time they say that shit.
Yeah, and a stoic,
talking about.
and it may be a lame person. Let's use Tame for example.
Oh yeah, all right.
He would be like, "Oh, it's raining. I don't want to get a burrito today, even though I said I was going to do it yesterday." But a stoic will walk out in that rain like a champ, and he will go and get that fucking burrito. That's what a stoic does. A stoic is unmoving. He's unchanged. Nothing will change what he does.
So a stoic is a fat bitch who gets out, goes through the fucking rain to eat goddamn Taco Bell. That's what a stoic is.
No.
He crawls himself through the rain and mud to eat a fucking burrito. Then he comes back home and sits on his fat, juicy ass, slurping down that cow meat, huh? That's what it is?
No, it's an example, right?
Oh, okay.
It's like you just feel the hardship, no complaints. That's stoicism. That's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah. If you want to get a burrito, you go get that fucking burrito. It doesn't matter if it's raining.
I think that's just being determined.
Yeah, that's stoicism.
Oh, okay.
It's also if like somebody died, right?
Yeah.
Let's say, oh God, my mom died, and an average Tame would be like, God, this sucks, right?
Yeah.
But a stoic would be like, good, it wasn't me. That's what a stoic would do, because a stoic is happy to be alive. A stoic is unmoved by the negatives. That's what a stoic is.
Did you just watch Vinland Saga recently? Like, where is this coming from?
No, Stoics aren't in Vinland Saga. What? It's like about Christianity and Vikings.
Stoics are 100% in Vinland Saga.
What do you mean? Like yeah, I guess like
dad.
Yeah, I guess yeah.
Stock stoic. Yeah.
Yeah, but they don't like talk about stoicism.
Yeah, they don't go, hey, this is what stoicism is. Here's a fucking documentary. Let's talk about the burrito analogy, everyone's favorite stoicism analogy. Like, no, they don't do that.
It's like what's up else, guys?
Oh, all right, yeah.
Because honestly, don't have enough disrespect for stoicism. The audience understands, though. The audience, they know.
I see.
All right, everybody in the comments. If you agree with Cream, say something right now.
Yeah, and if you don't agree with the Creams, comment nothing. Everyone who doesn't comment but views the video agrees with me initially.
What are we talking about? Because I was talking to my dad and I had my headphones off.
Nothing. Nothing, Carlos. Nothing.
Yeah. We should comment on Carlos and the rest of the podcast.
My fucking dad came out of the room and was like, hey, shut the fuck up. And I was like, I'm sorry.
God. Should count how much times Carlos says the N-word.
We're at 4. We're like, Carlos has just left the podcast. Doesn't know what we're talking about. And we're only 6 episodes deep. So, like, that's not a good average.
Also count the times we should try to get him on the podcast, and he was just
he's asleep. Yeah.
Listen, I'm a busy guy.
Like, when you said that, like,
Are you?
when you said that, I actually, like, if you were in front of me right now, I would rape you with my dick in your ass. I just want to let you know. Like, whenever
the podcast is gonna be wild. I'm just throwing it out there.
Like, when you move down here, if you say that in front of me, I will rape you with my dick and balls. Just letting you know. Keep that in mind.
It's not. I don't want to be raped with dick and balls. So. I want to be raped with boobs and pussy.
For the audience at home, I just want to break this down for you. I called Carlos 4 times yesterday with a business proposition. I called him out. I'm gonna get the exact times. All right, so Carlos, you boondangle for a bit while I find out how many times I called you and at the various. Yeah, boondangle a bit. Keep him entertained.
I don't know what that means. Okay.
All right, enough boondangling. I found it. I called you. Cool. I called you at 3:57 p.m. yesterday. Then 4:19 p.m. Then 9:03 p.m. Then 9:27 p.m. And then 11:14 p.m. And then at 12 p.m. And you didn't answer a single time, but then at 3:03 a.m., you answer the call. You call me. Like you were asleep the entire day.
I'm a busy guy.
I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna fucking kill you. Oh my god.
I don't know. I don't know what to say. Okay, so usually what happened? This isn't like the usual thing. Sorry, I shouldn't say usually. But if I'm awake and I get a call from you, what will happen is that my phone will not tell me that you are calling me until after you've left the call.
Right.
And I don't know why it does that.
Okay. So
the conclusion: stop calling me on Discord.
In conclusion, I called your phone number and you changed your phone number, so it's really hard for me to get hold of you there.
Crazy. Maybe that's a message or something.
No, I called you. I called you and it just went, yeah, this caller has been disconnected and violently struck by lightning and died. And I was like, oh, okay.
Maybe, I don't know, maybe like, it's like, I don't know, voicemail?
Oh, okay. I'll send you an email every time you want to talk. Hit you up at fucking gmail.com, yeah.
I'll probably see it before I do it on my phone.
Oh my god. I'm gonna kill this Carlos guy. I'm gonna kill this Carlos guy.
I have no words. My actions speak for themselves. I'm sorry. What's up?
What is that topic you wrote down, man?
What's up?
What is that?
Some fourth thing.
What is that?
Some fourth thing.
What?
What?
What does that mean?
We have 3 topics there. This is some fourth thing.
So stupid.
Oh my!
Where the fuck is this falling apart for you?
What?
You're so stupid. You're so stupid. I hate this.
Some fourth thing.
Question whether I'm saying or not anymore.
Sometimes I question if Carlos is really a busy guy or if he's just gaslighting all of us.
Me and Gro were talking about the other day. He's just really good at gaslighting, apparently.
Yeah, Carlos is just gaslight god. I don't know what. Carlos, can I actually tell them what happened?
What? Do it.
I remember we were like in this little chat. It was me, Carlos, and some other people. And Carlos just goes, "Yeah." Oh, we were talking about like Carlos just gaslighting people. Carlos just goes,
okay, actually,
yeah,
no. The conversation.
I just like lying to people. I just go ahead and lie. I have no reason to lie.
It's really funny. The conversation started because I was talking about the Warthog from Halo, and I kept calling it a Puma, and they were like, "What the fuck are you talking about? It's not a Puma. It's a Warthog." I was like, "What do you mean?" They're like, if you looked at that car, what would you call it? It's totally a Puma. Which the joke is it's a red versus blue reference. It's a joke. And I fucking showed them on the tire of the Warthog. It says Puma, and I said, "Find where it says Warthog on this fucking car."
It spiraled down into something else, and then everybody's like, "I just can't fucking believe it, Carlos, anymore. No matter what he tells me, I will not fucking believe it."
I'm not sure if we mentioned this on the podcast, but I feel like we did. This reminds me of the time when Tim just said Obama disappeared. Tim just rolled up, right? He said, you know, Obama's like just gone, right? God, it's probably why I haven't heard much
Where's
of
Obama? Bring him back.
I forgot about that. Yeah. So it was me and Cream. I think it was just me and Creams in the call. There might have been one of you guys as well, and I just forgot. But it was me and Creams in the room, and then Creams is like, we're just talking about shit, and I go, damn, it's crazy. Obama's been missing for 6 months now. No one knows where he is. And Creams is like, what are you talking about? And I was like, yeah, that's why you haven't heard anything about Obama recently. Like, he's just been gone. No one knows where he is. No one knows where to find him. And Creams is like, no way. I'm like, yeah, man. His wife has been like going on podcasts asking for him. And he's like 100% convinced at this point that Obama is missing. He's like, oh my God, I can't wait to tell people. And so he's just like, Obama's not missing, you fucking retard.
I don't know, you just sounded so sincere. I was just like, yeah, I just can't believe it. Who cares about Obama?
It really is just that easy. It's just like, damn, this is real. I promise. Look at it. It's real.
God.
Oh my God.
Oh, fucking God.
Where did Obama go, though? Where's that guy at?
He's missing.
He disappeared. He's been missing.
Yeah, bring him back.
Yeah, he's been missing, man.
Fucking, I don't know, next update, bring him back. You love that guy.
Yeah, when are we gonna get Obama on the podcast? Our next guest.
I want him to like try and like help us and be like, you kids need help, and then fucking we just dog on him.
You know what? The Forehead Fables podcast is something I thought was really funny. They got a therapist on.
Is that real?
Yeah, to diagnose them to see if they're insane. And I really love that idea for us. I think we would do very well with that. Just being like, how normal are these little fellas? Because like, I think one of us.
They're gonna look at Grimo and be like, dude, get out of here, leave.
Like, you think it's gonna be Riplo?
I was thinking there was one of times where Grandma was like, yeah, I just talk to myself. Like, it was just people talking back to me. I would just act like that normal. I'm not losing my friend Grandma or something. No, it's just Grandma. I just accept it.
I forgot he said that. Yeah.
I was just thinking about that yesterday because Evan did something he hasn't done in a long, long time. It was like this little bit where he goes, high five, Evan. Yeah, Evan. And then just do that.
That is cool. That is cool and not weird.
We've all done that at least once, though, right?
Yeah, I do that every day.
And Evan hasn't done it in a long time, or at least I don't know if he's done it in a long time.
I do it every day at work.
Last night. Okay, he did it last night, and it just reminded me of the times where Evan would go, "Oh, awesome, Evan! Yeah, Evan, that's a good one, Evan. Yeah,
that's a good one."
Yeah, all like 20-minute conversations with yourself. Like, what'd you eat today, Evan? He's like, "Oh, I just ate some fish and some shit." Like, oh yeah, that's cool, Evan. And then you just start talking, it wouldn't stop.
So Evan.
It wouldn't fucking stop. And I go, "Yo, what the fuck are you talking about?"
God, I love that Evan guy. I love that Evan guy though.
I was like, made me laugh so fucking hard. I was like, dude, you do that every fucking day for no reason and wouldn't stop talking. It was like 20 minutes of just that going on.
Hey, Evan, how many kids have you eaten today? At least 12. No way, Evan. Me too. Nice, Evan. High five, Evan.
It was that over and over again. I was like,
That's Evan.
God. That Evan guy, though, I love that guy. Ain't that right, Evan? Hell yeah, it is, Evan. Nice shit. Up top, Evan. Hell yeah.
It's weird how easy it is to do.
It's like, it's bred in me. Like, from birth, I would talk to myself and just make myself, you know, if me and me believe it, it must be right.
I mean, we're just crazy.
Bro, stop fucking gulping your drink, bro. Oh my God.
I'm gonna take another swig right now. It's gonna be tight as hell.
This dude would be editing the podcast. He'd be like, God, this audio's so shit. And then like I had to go through the parts where he's just literally slurping his Slurpee. Like, God, if only he knew.
How do I get the most shit from Cribs on this podcast, all right? Fucking Carlos isn't even alive for most of them. He's either gone, or he's asleep, or he's at Arby's, or he's talking to his dad, or his mom is trying to fuck him. Like, there's always something going on with Carlos. And here I am sipping on my drink, and then you get up my ass? Okay.
His leave does not affect the audio, okay? It's not affect the quality of the podcast.
I'm leaving. I'm gonna leave right now.
Without leave.
And your departure will not affect the quality of the podcast.
Okay, that's not what I'm saying.
Immediately goes quiet. My bad.
Carlos, you're a great guy. You know that?
I'm sorry. No,
When I see you, I'm gonna give you a big hug, okay? Big hug.
I'll make sure it kills me.
No. You're like a lot. How tall are you? How tall are you?
6 foot.
Yeah, okay.
He's the same exact height as me. So, like, we're both... I remember when I got out of my
I'm
car,
gonna
too.
get smothered.
The first time I got out of my car and saw Cream goes, "You're taller than I thought you'd be." And I was like, I don't know if that's a compliment or not. And me and Carlos are like the same exact height. So in the house, it's going to be me, Creams, and Carlos. So me and him, same stock size. And then Creams at like 4'2".
And Creams is going to be like a chihuahua around their feet.
2.5 men.
Oh my God. 2.5 men. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
It's funny to me.
That's funny. Talking
Those
about
are
how we didn't think that we looked like what we looked like until we showed each other what we actually looked like.
I don't know. I feel like Ripley should have been a white guy, but then he was black, and I was mad about that.
Oh no, apparently everybody
Creams,
thought I was
mad
black.
about
Yeah.
I don't know how.
I thought Creams was supposed to be black. He's not black. That pissed me off. He's just another Hispanic white guy. And then I meet Carlos,
Yeah.
and Carlos is just another Hispanic white guy. And then I'm just like a Hispanic mixed and then a little bit of white guy. So like it's just basically a bunch of Hispanic and basically white guys and then one black dude, which is Ripley.
Yeah, I remember I refused to tell you like what I looked like. I was like, all right, yeah, I'm white. Like you would just see me walking down the hallway like we're white because like we used to go to the same school every day. Like when I would see Evan walking like down the hall and I knew he didn't know what I looked like, I'd go, "What's up, Evan?" And Evan would start like looking around and be like, "What the fuck?" I go, "Evan, I'm right here." And I would be looking at my phone and I'd see Evan just go, "What the fuck is going on?"
I fucking hate Ripley, by the way. I'd like to announce it for everyone at home. Ripley's a piece of shit and I hate him because I was like really trying to be friends with Ripley. I was like, man, I really like Ripley. I think he's a funny guy. I think he's a silly fella. I just want to hang out with him. And every time I was like, man, I can't wait to see him at school. I'm gonna finally, see who he is. And then he would do that shit, and then I'd be like, I heard his fucking voice. I know he's around here, but all these white people aren't saying anything, and then I would just completely overlook the black guy. I would just be like, no, he doesn't count because that's different.
So funny. Because I remember one time, like, it was down the breezeway, and I go, "Evan, what's up?" And you stand still. You just stop in your tracks and just stand there all stiff. You don't look behind you, don't do anything. And then like, I got really scared. I was like, "Oh, what the fuck is happening to this brain?" And then you start walking again.
That's like a Sims level interaction.
Dude, it was so fucking funny from my perspective. It was like somebody just like froze you in time for like a split second. You didn't react, you didn't say anything, and then you kept walking.
I thought it was in his head.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was too. You know what? Actually, at work, especially, I've been trying my absolute best to make people as uncomfortable as possible. So it's very common now. When I was in school, I used to do this, but not quite as often. If anyone like calls my name or like tries to get my attention for something, I won't like look at them initially. I will stop, slowly turn around, stare at them. They'll start talking, and I won't say anything. I'll just stare at them until they're done talking. And go, "Oh yeah, of course," and pretend like it's normal. Like my new goal is to make people as uncomfortable as possible, and I think that's where it started. It was you who has made me into this insane person.
You say insane person.
I did it.
So thank you, Ripley.
No, I got you, bro.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Up top, Evan.
Tough. High five.
Do you have any idea how for how long I thought that you guys were just a figment in my mind? Like I just imagined I was like,
What do you mean by that?
I still think that till this day.
yeah, I'm like, man, if I didn't meet these guys, I would 100% think that I just sit in front of a turned off computer and talk to shit in my head.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god, this is just so funny to me.
I always thought that too, but like it was like it's like way more psycho. It's like I'm talking to you guys right now. in real life, like I'm like bedridden. I'm like in a coma.
Oh my
just like
God.
sitting, like you're just like fucking Indian style on the floor, staring at a corner. Yeah, guys. Yeah, like you're like my best friends. I love you guys.
Yeah. And then like I wake up and I go, Evan, and then it's like an abandoned hospital, and there's some shit like that, and like it's just way more chaotic.
I love the
Like,
idea.
shit. What's that movie called?
I don't know, like for me, it's more just like I think of like I'm saying things, and I feel like I don't know when I'm just thinking things like in public. I feel like, what if I'm just thinking things right now, but everybody can hear my thoughts, and I'm literally just like insane and autistic.
I think about that all the time. I think about that all the fucking time.
Yo, fist bump.
Fuck it up top.
Do you have any idea though how many times I'll have thoughts and I'll stop thinking them because I also think people can just hear my fucking thoughts? I'll be like, if they heard me think that, they'd be mad. So I'm not gonna think right now.
If somebody was reading my mind right now, I'd like be in jail.
When I was a kid, I used to think that a lot, actually. I was always worried. I was like, I bet one person here can just read my mind, and I can't read theirs, so I'll just be super quiet.
So it's crazy impulse thoughts.
What Grimmo was saying earlier, with like just like him waking up in a hospital, reminds me of the movie The Black Phone, where like all these fucking kids are being murdered, right? And this one kid who was like going to be murdered next, he would pick up this phone that was not connected to any line; it was just a fucking phone, but he could hear the murdered kids. It reminds me of that, where Grimmo was just like going through life, and you can just hear our voices telling him what to do.
It's really specific, but yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man. When I think of like, you know what? I want to go back to that childhood thing for a second. I think, did you guys ever have something when you were kids and you just sort of thought that you could do shit that other people couldn't do? You know what I mean?
God, dude. Yeah, I've got like really embarrassing ones. Like my life has just been like all of either making really like people really uncomfortable or just really cringe shit that's just happened.
That's exactly what it was for me too, actually. Like my first one, like when I was a kid, I remember if I would squint and look at like lights, like lamps and shit, I remember being like, no one else can see the light changing because of how their eyes move. I bet I can extract secret messages from these lights and tell the future. So I remember like looking at him and one time I was like, I just saw a skull. I'm gonna die.
No!
That's exactly what it was. I was like so afraid of dying. I was just like, I'm totally gonna die. I saw a skull in the street lights. Oh God.
No, I used to do the same thing. Well, mine was different. Like it wasn't like that. Like I've got some untold knowledge. Mine was like, because I used to watch like a lot of cartoons and shit. I
Yeah.
remember when I was a kid, like I would do all like airbending shit. Because like it'd be like a windy day outside, I'd be like, I'm a fucking airbender, and then I was like really really young. I was like a toddler almost, and there's this group of kids that I always admired. They're like the cool kids in the fucking block, and they were older than me. They're probably like in like first grade or some shit or like third grade. And I was like, man, I really want to go show these kids like my airbending skills, and and I walk up to them, and I was like, hey guys, come over here, check this out. And I bring them to the tree I've been practicing like all the airbending shit at for like a long, long time. And I was trying to do it for like 10 minutes. They're like, can we go home? I was like, no, I'm going to airbend. Like, watch. I kept doing it over and over and over again. And I remember at one point I turned around and saw them walking away. I was like, I feel like a chump, like a fucking idiot. I thought I was like I had supernatural like telekinesis or some shit. I would keep doing it over and over and over again. And then when I finally tried to show it off to somebody else, it made me really, really sad.
I like to think that you do have those powers, but they only work when no one can see them. Like just in your mind, like you can just do it. You just can.
I never had, or sorry, no, that's a lie. Actually, there are a few things in my childhood where I was like, oh my god, only I can do this. Okay, never mind.
I hate no. I want to call out Creams for this. I hate when Creams does that. I remember there was another podcast where I was telling a story, and Creams did that, and then I just completely forgot what I was talking about. I was like, I fucking hate Creams. Like I just fucking hate him.
I don't know. I just think it's funny.
Anyways,
thank you.
Fuck. Anyways, I was shit. Okay, God, the same thing happened to me. Fuck.
Wasn't me.
Okay, so like when I was a kid, right? I'd be in the shower and I would like play with the water with my hand, kind of like how Grandma was like playing with the wind, right? And be like, oh my god,
Yeah.
I can fucking, I'm like a waterbender, right? It's crazy. And I went outside, grabbed the hose and showed my brother, right? And he was like, no, that's stupid. I can do that too. And then he did it. And that's pretty much every single time I've ever like been like, oh my god, I'm good at something. My brothers would do it better. I was like, okay, well, I guess never mind.
You know what I would think if I were you? I would be like, my entire family is a group of wizards who can bend water. Like, that is the difference between how we would look at it. I would be like,
I wish I had that mindset. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
A lot of the, I guess what made me like the person now is all the weird shit that's just happened. I remember you were just talking about it. It's like, yeah, we ended up making this psychopath. Like, for me, it's just like all the cringy things just compiled into one being to make Grimo. And now I am just walking existence.
Do you ever, like, wonder if you're doing stuff like that now and you just think it's normal? Like, do you ever, like, yeah, whenever I don't even know how you would do that, but I totally feel like it could happen. Because, like, Chris Chan just thought that the dimensional merge was a thing and, like, fully convinced herself that that was a thing that could happen. And, like,
Right.
To her, it's normal, but to everyone else, it's like, you're fucking insane. You are fucking crazy. Do you think, like, you just hold beliefs like that and you don't know? Like, you just don't know that other people think that's fucking insane?
Yes. Because, I do like witchcraft shit, right?
Mhm.
And if you hear that, you think that's fucking stupid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean you do witchcraft shit? What?
I mean, I've been reading on this shit for a while. And I've been like fucking like writing sigils and being like, oh my god, this stuff's so cool. And I know if I were to ever look you in the eye and say, bro, check out my sigils, you would fucking be like, you're such a fucking loser.
I thought you were using it as an example. Do you actually do witchcraft?
No, I actually did it. They're right there on my wall.
Are you gonna have sigils in our house?
No.
Like, it would be cool, but
Yeah,
like,
man,
I don't know.
I just like have them because I think they're fucking cool. I'm not gonna sit here and be like fucking, oh dude, we're gonna buy a crystal ball and have fucking incense around the house. I'm just saying, damn, this shit kind of cool. I like looking at this.
You could 100% just think sigils are cool. Like, as long as they're not zodiac signs, I'm not gonna shit on you.
Yeah, that's fair.
Speaking of zodiac signs, that's been on the fucking topic list for a very long time now, and I finally want to talk about this shit because there's so bizarre. I didn't do all the research I was meant to, so some of this could be wrong, but I have seen a fair share of the research that I was going to do.
Well, okay, first question, what's your zodiac?
Can we kick Carlos off the step?
Yeah, I think it's time for
How do you not know? You've been doing research on this.
Yeah, so can we? I do know my zodiac sign. I remember when I was dating this one girl. There were two girls that I dated that were like super into zodiac signs, and each and every
all
time
girls are into that shit.
That's true. But like, what is it called? I remember this one girl was like really convinced that it would work out forever, which I was definitely not in that mindset. It was 100% like, we're hooking up and that will be the end of this. But she was like, listen, let me hear your zodiac sign. I was like, I don't know. She's like, when were you born? I'm like, June. She's like, you're a Cancer. That explains why you're so emotional and empathetic. And I was like, yeah. Yeah.
No, not really.
Yeah, I'm
exactly
really
what you are.
Yeah. I mean, everyone here knows me as the most empathetic guy around, so like
I know what I really want.
What's
I
that?
want I want just like a bowl just full of D&D dice.
That would be pretty tight. Little cute dice. You could pop a couple in your mouth, chomp on them.
Honestly, like we should have like
I was saying
a
the same thing.
dining room, right in our dining room, like wherever we put our table to eat, if we even have a table. I don't know which if your guys into that, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever the dining room, we'll just have like a bowl in the middle with all of our D&D dice in it.
A bunch of D&D. I want a little like a small little side bowl full of nothing but D4s, so that I can like throw them on the ground and just have spikes.
Can we decide everything in our household via D&D dice? Like instead of
Not a
like
bad idea.
tarot
Not a
card.
bad idea.
Yeah, instead of tarot card, we do D&D dice. We're just like, all right, nat 20. We're all going to the park today. Natural 1. We're all gonna kill ourselves. All of us. Group circle.
Yeah, I think it would be a really easy way to just resolve conflict.
Yeah.
It's true. Like who's actually no? You're so right though. That's just like who's right now. Who's
Yeah,
correct?
it's just like in general, like for a podcast thing.
Mm.
Like for instance, all of our actions are justified via the dice. So for instance, if you wanted to go get a Big Mac and you rolled a 1, you go like up to the cash register.
You have to do that. You don't have a choice.
You have to abide by the dice.
I really want to do more live action shit for the podcast. Like, especially when we do our in-person podcast in like 2 or 3 weeks. Like, I want us to 100% do some live action bits because I think they'd be way funnier.
I wanted to do the one where we go fishing for real.
I think that would be a good idea, yeah. I don't disagree with you. The only problem is I don't have any fishing equipment because I'm not a southern dad. Probably go out to eat it at Denny's. So, because Carlos hasn't been to Denny's.
Why Denny's?
Dude, you don't know. You just don't know.
We just wouldn't get the vibes.
Right.
I love Denny's, but like, why Denny's?
All right, the fact that you're asking shows that you don't actually love Denny's, by the way.
Yeah, he doesn't know. It's
Right.
cool.
If you
My
love
bad.
your wife, you're not going to go, why do I have to see my wife? You're just going to fuck your wife in Walmart, all right? That's just how
That's
it's going to
true.
go.
I don't know about that last part, but you're right.
You're obviously, you don't love your wife.
I have no rebuttal. Because you're
Right,
right.
wife fight back.
Your wife.
I love
Think about wife.
I like how we've all become stoic apes. Nice work, guys.
You did it.
Creams' conversion therapy has turned us. Fantastic.
I'm gonna say, what is this judgment topic we should maybe talk?
All right. Judgment is what I wanted to talk about. That's what I wanted the theme of the podcast to be. So basically, what judgment is, right? You know, here's what we're gonna take it as. We now get to decide what the punishment is for heinous acts, right? Let's say, we'll start off with murder, right, guys? Murder bad? Can we all agree? Murder
Murder
bad.
bad.
Of course, yeah.
Murder bad.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, right? Yeah, murder's just okay. But if someone kills someone, how long do we send them to jail for? Because now we are in charge of the justice system, is what judgment is.
Okay.
Okay, listen up, guys. Listen up, guys.
Yeah.
Murder, pretty universal crime. Really
Yeah.
bad. Yeah, we just talked about this. Yeah, obvious, right?
Yeah.
But for me, it's a little different, right? It depends on who you killed,
Okay.
why you killed them, right? And then you have to pay up, right? So
Okay.
let's say you killed a child, right?
Yeah.
That's about 2 Big Macs. Let's say you kill, I don't know, a really old person. It's like a dollar, you know?
It's like $1?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, all right.
Let's say you kill like, I don't know, a politician. That's like bankrupt type shit. I'm gonna take your house.
What?
Take all your shit. You feel me?
Like, do you mean killing the president or just a politician? Like, someone who's
Just a politician. I'll just take everything you own.
Okay.
Yeah, but like after this, they just get to go free. They don't do any jail time.
Here was what my criteria was when I talked about this, because I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I agree. That was
Just like,
it was
Okay.
coherent. It just didn't mean anything.
all right, so your sentence is killing 5 kids with a blunderbuss.
Okay.
You get 5 Big Macs as compensation.
Oh,
Everybody
my
agree?
God.
No. He gives me 10 big. I'm the judge. Okay, you're the guy who walked in, right? I'm the judge. You say, well, I killed 10 kids. Shit. And I'll be like, okay, 20 Big Macs. Hand them over.
20 Big Macs?
Yes. Well, 2 per kid. All right.
You had to hand it to them on spot, like pull it out of their pocket and give it to them.
They could do that, or we'll escort them to the nearest McDonald's.
I
of
like
course.
how your version of justice is just sort of making people give you cold Big Macs in penance for children. Like,
I want Big Macs.
I think the murder rate in just anywhere, whoever you are, if you're put in Mexico will have no people by the next day if there's like, 2 Big Macs per person. Okay, cool. I'm gonna buy 20 Big Macs and kill 10 fucking people as long as they're not politicians for some reason.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I think it might be a little bit of a skewed moral compass you got going there.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Mm.
Also, if they kill a judge, they get to take their judge's place. It's really cool.
What?
Yeah, like if they kill me, they get to take my
I don't
place.
think you understand. What?
Yeah, what we're talking about. What I was going to say was this, like, here's the criteria that I have for if someone kills someone, this will decide how long they're going to be in prison for. How funny is it? Is the first one. 2, how cool is it? And 3, did it make me smile? All right? So, like, we're gonna go back to a good old oldie right now. The Antwerp diamond heist, right? Guy got caught a group of people got caught doing a bank heist perfectly, right? But someone forgot a sandwich. That's pretty fucking funny. And it did make me smile. And it was pretty fucking cool. No jail time. They're good to go.
No jail, really?
No jail time. Literally none.
Because it made you smile.
It made me smile, it was cool, and it was funny, right? That's my criteria. Give me another one. Send me just random crime. Let's hear it. I'll judge it right now.
All right.
Pedophile.
Pedophile? Is it funny? Did he do it in a funny way?
I don't know. Make it funny.
I'm the judge.
Right. Okay. Okay. So they went to the meeting spot that they agreed on, right? Yeah. And it turned out it was Chris Hansen, right? And then the dude just ended up fucking Chris Hansen.
That's funny. Kind of cool. No. Yeah, it made me smile. All right.
So it's less pedophilia and more rape.
I would like to object. This is not funny. It's definitely not funny.
Listen to me. Hear me out. It was funny. It was cool. And maybe
it was cringe.
No jail time. No jail time.
It was cringe.
No jail time.
All right. Fine. Listen to me. I like the way you argue, Mr. Creams.
Yes.
2 days jail time.
Why?
Just you were really passionate about it.
It's my birthday tomorrow.
3 days jail time.
Okay.
Exactly. Okay. And that is how justice would be served in my utopia. I would also change how prison works, though. I think prison would be way more severe. Like, have you ever seen how hell is depicted in Ed's World, where there's just a big conveyor belt and they just hit him with a hammer, like just a ton of demons hit him with a hammer?
That's severe prisons.
That's what prison is. It's just like you're on a conveyor belt and then there's just 10 big black guys with hammers on each end of the conveyor belt. It's loop you around.
Industrialized torture.
Yeah, essentially. So like 3 days of prison is a pretty big deal.
Fuck, what was I gonna say? God damn it. Jaywalking.
Ooh.
That's not cool at all. So at least 1 day jail time doesn't make me smile. Was he doing anything funny when he was crossing the road?
No, he's just crossing the road.
Yeah, he will be put in front of
I think he was walking to Applebee's.
Yeah, he's going to be put in front of a firing squad. He has 2 days to live.
What? And do you not like Applebee's?
It's just not very funny. It's not very cool, and it doesn't make me smile. And Applebee's, I'm going to be 100% with you, fucking sucks. The only time I ever ate Applebee's was when I was in California, because they had like 2 whole meals for $30, and I can eat 2 whole fucking meals easy.
Yeah.
So that was like my one thing.
Okay, I'm gonna make a list for y'all, and this is like gonna be like the criteria of like what we're grading.
Okay.
It's like, what would you do if like these crimes showed up? Say, murder, kidnapping.
What if I murdered one of you guys? What if I murdered one of you guys?
I would send you to Super Guantanamo.
Well, you would have to take my place as judge, so.
So I'm free.
If you murdered Grimo, I would send you to Super Guantanamo. If you murdered Creams, I would send you to regular Guantanamo.
And if you murdered me, I'd send you to Chuck E. Cheese. 5 minutes.
Chuck E. Cheese.
5 minutes of Chuck E. Cheese.
Chuck E. Cheese is a code name, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Charles
I got a
Cheese.
good one. I got a good one. All right. So, for instance, if you're like a pedophile, right?
Okay.
You will have to spend 10 hours at the Dream Convention.
He's going to come so much. Do you have any idea how much you would love that?
So confusing.
You basically gave this guy a harem of children. Is what you just did.
God.
Okay, yeah. Now in retrospect, maybe it's a little bit of a bad idea.
I'm gonna send this pedophile to mega sex camp with children.
Okay, I have the list of crimes we're gonna grade. So murdering, kidnapping, loitering, war crime, being a pedo, mass shooting, and jaywalking.
Okay, well, we know how pedos stand because of Ripley's fantastic punishment of giving us endless child sex.
And we know jaywalking, because jaywalking, that's a day in prison, plus firing squad.
Murder if I kill Creams is free, so that's cool.
What I would do with the jaywalking and the firing squad, right? This might go for a lot of punishments, but for just entertain just jaywalking. We put them in front of a firing squad, but we blind the firing squad and then like spin them around.
We're gonna lose 20 people every time we do a firing squad, and 19 of them are gonna be innocent. I just want to break that down for you.
Yeah, the idea is that if they hit him, it was always meant to be.
But if they shoot 20 fucking like firing squad members, then we have to get a whole new firing squad.
Do that. They have to like it's like a pinata. You're still like pointing them in the right direction.
Here's what I think, right? I think we should get a firing squad. Everyone sentenced to firing squad gets a gun and a blindfold, and we spin them all around, and the last one standing at the end of the firing squad gets killed. That's what I think.
Actually, no. That's what we're gonna do. All the jaywalkers, we're gonna put them together. They're going to be the firing squad. Put the blindfolds on, spin them around, tell them to go at it.
I don't think I've ever told y'all the idea I had for death row inmates.
Okay.
Or, like how they can redeem themselves.
I think you have actually told me this because it does ring a bell to me, but I don't know if you've told them.
Okay, so like, for instance, like death row inmates, they're in prison forever. Like they'll never escape. Like that is where they're going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I was just thinking, it's like, well, how can we make use of them somehow? So I was like, all right. So next time, whenever there's a war, the only way they can achieve like freedom again or like knock off some sentences off their years is if we send them out to war. And we like kind of like get them to just run around and like look for mines or like if there's a sniper somewhere, but we all equip them with like spoons so they have like something to defend themselves with.
What the fuck? Yeah, spoon. Yeah, solitary spoon.
So are you just suggesting the Hunger Games, but they get a spoon?
What he's suggesting is we turn all of the Marines into death row inmates. Is basically what he just did.
Yeah. So you send them out there and they can like if they come back alive, that kind of sounds fucked up. If they do come back alive, it's like, all right, bro, that's like a year off your sentence.
I like how you're just now realizing. I like how you're just now realizing like this might be a little fucked up. Like this whole like sending people into a minefield with a fucking spork might be problematic.
I don't know. I feel like this might be a little cookie cutter, but like if there was death row inmates, I'll just make a game show. Well, like where they can just kill each other.
Squid Giggy?
Actually, that would be that. Yeah. You basically said Squid Game, but I was like, that would be entertaining, and I would watch that. Like, I think a lot of us would.
I would also watch that. Oh wait, no. What's that movie called? Death Race.
Fuck is Death Race? I mean, probably exactly what you said. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a race, but they all die. The person who they're all death row inmates, and the person who doesn't die gets their life sentence or gets off death row. It's a pretty entertaining movie.
How about kidnapping?
Ooh.
Kidnapping?
Okay. Well, as an Ohioan, and kidnapping is quite a big problem.
Really?
Yeah, Ohio has like crazy human trafficking.
God, don't let me find you there. You get kidnapped.
Do not let me find you there, he says.
I would say this is a very big deal. Slap on the wrist.
Literally just slap on the wrist?
Yep, slap on the wrist. Get them out of my sight.
Death row Squid Game.
All right.
What do you think we should do?
What I think if someone... Okay, as someone... All right, I know you guys know this story. I think all of you know this. When I was younger, 15 years old, I almost got kidnapped, right? And
is that true? Wait.
Yeah.
Remember Benjamin... Actually, I could say his name. He tried to fucking kidnap me, yeah.
Yeah, when you were at the grocery store.
Yeah. When I was 15 years old... Now, everything here is going to be alleged because he didn't get accused of anything, but allegedly, and as me basically going
allegedly as the person who went through it.
Yeah, allegedly, this man comes up to me, right, and I'm working at a grocery store and I'm a bagger, and I remember I was bagging shit, and he comes up to me and like whenever I do my job, like everything I do, I like really try to give it my all so I can like if I'm gonna waste my time, I'm gonna waste it well. So like while I'm there, I'm like running around, I'm doing everything as fast as possible. Like, he walks up to me, and I'm wearing my, like, muscle shirt, as I always do, and I'm, like, decently buff and stuff. So he, like, walks up to me, and he goes, man, you have a really good work ethic. I could see it on you. And I don't think, what, I think you're wasting your talent and your effort here. And I'm, like, working at a grocery store, so I'm like, oh, yeah? And he's like, yeah, man, yeah. You know what? Here, take my car. My name is, I'm gonna bleep his name, just in case if this gets me in legal shit, but.
Okay.
Yeah, my name is Benjamin. We can say that much. I work at a funeral home, and we could really use someone like you at our funeral home. I'm like, okay, sure, that's fucking weird, but yeah, dude, I'll work at a funeral home. Yeah, I'll call you. And he's like, awesome. We should go on a business dinner. And I'm like 15, so I just assume everyone, when they get a normal job, goes to a business dinner. I'm just like, okay, I'm an adult now. I'm a big boy. So he leaves. Yeah, he leaves, and then he's like, okay, cool. I call him. And I call him. He's like, "Hey, who is this?" I'm like, "Oh, this is Evan. I work at that grocery store. You told me that you were offering me a job and stuff." And he's like, "Oh yeah, do you like Carrabba's?" And I was like, "I don't know what that is." And he's like, "You're gonna love Carrabba's." Yeah, Carrabba's is just like, we went there, and it's just essentially like an Outback Steakhouse, but instead of steak, it's just random fucking food. Like, I remember when I ate there, it was like pork chops, because I just didn't know what everything else was. But like, yeah, it was just pork chops and shit. So like, I go to this Carrabba's, right? And before we get there, he just drives up to the front of my house, and he just like parks in front of it, right? He has a super nice fucking car, super nice, way too nice for a guy who just works at a funeral home. I'm like, okay, cool. I get in his car, right? And like, first thing he does, he goes, "Oh, it's so nice to see you. You look great." And I'm like, okay, it's weird. I'm 15 and also like a guy, and you're a guy, and this is weird. I'm not really a fan of this. But I'm like, "Oh, thanks, man." Just thinking he's trying to be cordial with it. And I get into his car, and he's like, "Yeah, man, sit right here." And he taps like the front seat, because I go to sit in the back. And I'm like, "All right, yeah, cool." I sit down, and he like taps me on my thigh. He just goes like, "Nice, man, nice. This is gonna be good. Have you ever been to Carrabba's?" And I'm like, "No, I told you no." And he's like, "Cool. You're gonna love Carrabba's. Hey, if anyone sees me and they like know me, because I'm really popular, I'm a cool guy, and they know me, tell them that you're my cousin. Benjamin's black, and I'm like this Hispanic guy, so it's like, yeah, all right, cool. I'll tell them, but
it might work. But
they will not believe this. But yeah, sure. We get to Carrabba's, and I to this day believe that he paid off like 20 people, because when we get to Carrabba's, like 5 people walk up to him like, "Oh my God, you embalmed my grandma. You embalmed the shit out of her, man. I loved you at her funeral. You were the best." I was just like, okay, is this what happens when you work at a funeral home? I just assume yes, because I'm 15 and don't know anything. So I'm like, we get a couple of these guys come up, and I just go, "Oh yeah, I'm his cousin," just out of nowhere. I'm just like, "Yeah, I'm his cousin or something." He's like, "Damn, little man, you big, you cool, all right, cool, yeah, that's awesome. Do you know who you're standing next to right now?" I'm like, "Yeah," lying, because we're supposed to be cousins or whatever. He's like, "Yeah, man,
right.
He was great to my grandma. I love this guy. You should trust him." And I just went, "Okay."
You should trust him.
Yeah, I'm like, okay. So we sit down.
Terrifying.
Oh, right. In hindsight,
trust him.
Yeah, in hindsight, super weird. But as a kid, I was just like, maybe this is just how some people are. They're just like, you should trust strangers. So we sit down. And we start eating at Carrabba's. He starts asking like really weird personal questions, like, "What's your family like? What's your mom like? And like, would she miss you?" And I was like, "What?" And he's like if you were
would she miss you?
Like, would she miss you? I was like, "Yeah, man. She's like expecting me home at this time. She cool lady. Love my mom." And then we start talking about my mom, my family. He's like, "Okay, cool. That's nice, man." We eat our dinner. More uncomfortable conversation ensues, and like, he drives me home. In his car, he like I remember this on the drive home. He's like, "My car, it can change lanes on its own, right? And it just has like lane control, so I don't even have to steer." I'm like, "Okay." And I sit in the seat next to him. We start driving back to my place after Carrabba's, and like, we're driving. He just like puts his hand on my thigh for a long period of time. He's like, "Man, you got strong legs." I was like, "Yeah, all right."
Oh hell no!
Oh my God.
I was like, "Okay, yeah, man. I work out." And he's like, "I can tell." Anyway, man, and he like starts making his way up to my shoulder. He starts rubbing my shoulder, and he's like, "Oh, you got strong shoulders." I'm like, "Okay, yeah. Can you like stop that?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, my bad. I don't know. I forgot." I'm like, "Okay, yes, it's no problem. Just please stop." He's like, "Oh, okay, yeah." And it's just an uncomfortable car ride until we get home. And after that, I just like don't call him. I get home safe, right? All very normal shit. And I thought I forget about it basically, because a week changes. Like a week after, everything changes, And I go back to working at the grocery store. And, for a week I don't see him. But after that week, I run into him again. And he's at the store, and he runs through the front doors, and our bagging station is like right by the front door. So he sees me, and he goes, "Hey, man, could you help me load some stuff into my car?" I'm like, I'm a bagger, so that's pretty common. So I'm like, "Yeah, sure, man, of course." So I like, tell my cashier, like one of my friends, her name's Lynette, she was great. I tell her like, "I'll be right back." I jog out the front doors, it's this little sliding door. I jog out, and I see his cars like all the way at the back of the parking lot, right at the edge, where it's like behind 20 different cars, and you can't see the front door anymore. I'm like, all right, at the time I don't even think about it, but it's I started going over there, And when I reached his car, he's like, all right, man, it'll be easier if you just sit in the front seat. And he like goes and sits in his front seat, like the driver's seat. And while he's doing that, I'm just looking around. I'm like, oh, okay. What's the thing I got to move though? So I'm still standing outside it. And when he sits down in the front seat, I can see when I look down at him, like somebody laying. You know where you put your feet in the back seat? Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know how?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, sorry, I'm listening. I'm just like, holy shit.
Yeah.
You actually almost got fucking kidnapped.
Right. So like,
that's mad.
You know where you put your
Anyways.
feet in the back seat? Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a guy in there with like a backwards ball cap. Like, giant, big black guy, you know? And Benjamin's also, by the way, a really fucking tall guy. He's not jacked like this guy is. I don't know if the other guy was jacked. He was just big. But Benjamin's super fucking tall. Like, 6'3", 6'4" type beat. So, like, he's an intimidating guy. I probably can't outrun this guy, and I definitely can't outfight him at 15, even though I was doing boxing and, like, wrestling and all that shit. So, you know, I see the guy back there, and me and him lock eyes for a second. And I don't say anything, because I don't know what to say. And Benjamin doesn't even know that I saw him because, like, his demeanor doesn't change. He keeps talking, like, there's stuff in the trunk. I'm like, yeah. And he's like, we should just go around the corner real quick. It's easier if we go around the corner. I go, yeah, man, I'm going to just tell my manager that I'll be right back, you know, because this is important. And it's work stuff. You know, I'll go tell him. He's like, okay, just hurry back. And I just run back into the store, and then I, like, just hide in the break room. I would just, like, sit in there for about 20 minutes. And I'm like, there's a little camera next to the break room. And I like go in there, and our manager Jesse, like I'm looking through, and he's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, there's someone outside. I just like, it's nothing. He goes, "Okay." Jesse doesn't give a fuck, and like, I wait until the car just speeds off. I'm like, what the fuck was that? I never heard from that man again. Never heard from him again. But I think about it all the fucking time because they're like, I could have just died at 15. I don't know what he was going to do with me, but like, probably bad. Yeah.
I guess right there. Holy shit.
Like,
That's
That
fucking
was
crazy.
like, yeah, I was like, bro, that's kidnap, bro. If he's not kidnapping you, he's about to do some crazy raping, bro.
That's what I thought, right? Like, to this day, I was like, I really don't know what his plan was. Because, like, he has a real funeral home. Like, I remember, like, looking up online, he has, like, a real funeral home. So, like, a lot of the shit he told me is true. And also, like,
Right.
if you were going to do that, why take me to a public place? And, like, why would you have, like, 20 people? You know what? You know what's fucking weird, actually? That I still think to this day?
In the back seat.
Well, that's what I think about to this day. I think the guy in the back seat was the same guy at Carrabba's who told me to trust him. Because I didn't get a really good look at the guy in the back seat. But they were both, like, pretty big black guys. And they both had the same hat on. And I was just like, to this day, I'm like, I'm not certain. Because I didn't get a good look at the guy. But, like, I genuinely think that he just planted that guy so that I would trust this fucking Benjamin dude. But, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think about it a lot.
This would make
That's
a
fucking
great thriller mystery, man.
I don't know.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
I
it's
just-
like nuts, but like, bro.
well, now that I think about it, though, I'm like, I never told anyone other than, like, my friends at the time. I was like, that's kind of problematic. I remember I told Carlos this at the time, but I don't think I told anyone else.
Yeah, no. You definitely told me, yeah.
And I don't know if, like, I probably should have told the police, but I didn't have any evidence other than this guy took me to Carrabba's and he made me feel weird. And I can't, like, I didn't take a picture of him, of the guy in the back seat. Yeah, he did touch me, but, like, even if I'm, like, he just sort of, like, touched my leg a bit and then, like, my shoulder. Like, they're not going to be like, all right, well, that's definitive proof. Let's put him in jail. But I am kind of worried now that I think about it. Like, there might be other people out there who just got kidnapped.
Yeah.
I wonder if
I
he's in
remember you
jail.
telling me
man.
this a long time ago, but you didn't tell me, like, what was it?
In detail.
How you got away? Yeah, it wasn't really in detail. One thing you did tell me that was like you and Peyton did some research afterward.
Yeah, because I remember, you know, Peyton. Like, Peyton's always, like, had my back. And, like, also, before I went out, like, I don't want to say went out with him because that's great, but before I went on that business dinner with him, I told Peyton, I was like, this guy kind of creeps me out. If I don't show back home in, like, an hour, find me because something happened. And, like,
Find me.
right, because I was like, I don't know what it was, but, like, I just had that feeling from him, you know? And he was like, yeah, man, I got you. And, like, after that happened, I told Peyton, because I was closest with him at the time, I'm like, we gotta figure out what's going on with this fucking guy. And we just didn't find anything else. Like, we didn't know what to do, because we're, you know, 15 and not fucking, like, CSI. So we're all just like, well, I guess let's just not get raped by him. And we're like, yeah, all right, up top. And we called it a day.
Sounds good.
Damn, man. I think if I ever got a kidnapper, I I would just do public execution.
What?
Remember, we're doing judgment.
No, I know, but like, just like,
Phrase that really.
yeah, like I thought you
wrong.
meant if you got kidnapped, you would just execute them via guillotine because you just had that on you.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I was like, he's just waiting for the moment that he can actually pull out his sword and just decapitate everyone.
My portable guillotine. God, it's finally come.
God, I never heard all the details like that, man. It's crazy.
Final verdict: slap on the wrist.
Yeah, definitely. That guy gets 2 days prison.
Yeah.
That's insane.
That is super fucking weird. It really is. I got now that I've like heard this, I want to see if he's in jail.
Carlos,
What's up?
draw something.
Draw something.
Draw something.
Draw.
Oh yeah, I haven't drawn anything today.
I'm gonna draw a big pile of shit. Sorry, I've been doing other shit. I've been fucking D&D shit.
This guy's been playing Subway Surfers in the podcast again.
What? That's correct.
Carlos, I swear to fucking God, I'm gonna kill you.
God.
No, it's wrong.
You know what half the reason I want Carlos to move in with me is? Just so when we're doing the podcast, I can occasionally sprint from my room over to his and see what he's doing and make sure that he's not playing fucking Subway Surfers or at Arby's. Just like, I really can't keep him.
Like is up and gone.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep a harpoon gun in emergency glass, and every time I see you leave your room, I'm gonna break it open and shoot a harpoon through your chest.
Damn, you really just got me away. That's crazy.
Yeah.
God, funny. Yeah, hey, where's Carlos? Like, I don't know. Let me check. You just go in, room's empty.
Yeah,
you see the
windows
door
open.
closed, and you just start running out.
He's
It's like a big chasing cars.
He's escaped.
Grab the guns. You check downtown. I'll check uptown. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Just like. Fucking.
Signal the war horn to get everybody going in their cars, their jeeps. Start following him.
Get that fucking Carlos guy.
Oh my fucking God, man. It's just so goofy to me. Just so goofy. God, that was a long story. Anyway.
No. In summary,
It was definitely a worth it story, though. Holy
Was
shit.
it? Okay, because I told a lot of stories in the last one. I also told them pretty poorly because I think they could have been done better and shorter. And I was like, when I go into this podcast, I'm going to talk less because I talked so fucking much on the last podcast.
And you know what? You ended up talking the exact same amount.
I hate you. All right, no more talking for the rest of the episode. I go to Arby's.
Bro, bring me back something from Arby's.
It's 24 hours here. I'm going.
Loitering.
What the fuck is loitering anyway? Like, I know what it is. That's not a fucking crime. It's not a fucking crime. If you loiter, you get a medal. You get $1,000 in cash from when you land your loitering. All right? If you are loitering, I will dap you up personally.
Loitering is not a crime. Just a thing you shouldn't do.
No, it's a crime.
I'm going to kill this cringe guy.
No, it's not a crime.
Okay, what if somebody was just standing in your living room?
That's not loitering. That's not loitering. That's home invasion. Yeah.
No, you know what? You know what?
Just came into your window.
You know what? No, it's
Just
fine.
out
If
of
someone's
your
in, no. If someone's in my living room,
What
no
if
crime.
what if there's a homeless guy? Like, let's say you own, I don't know.
Choose your next
A
words very
Wendy.
carefully. Choose your next word very carefully. As a homeless guy who used to go into Wendy's all the time to take shits and jerk off, I don't want to hear a word. I don't want to hear a word.
I'm saying, but like, if you just own a Wendy's, right, and you're a manager, and there's just a guy sitting at, I don't know, a Wendy's table.
Yeah.
This Wendy's has a table.
Yeah, hypothetically. Yeah.
And they're just there, and they've been there for like 3 hours. Like, I'm pretty sure that's like a loitering. No, like, it's just
That's
chilling
fucking
there.
cool. If someone does that, they're fucking
Yeah,
sick, and I love that.
I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that because they're inside the store just sitting at the table. Whatever.
Did he buy anything?
Yeah, they're fine.
Did he buy something?
No, he's just sitting there.
That might be kind of.
Okay, well, I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about
Loiter.
it.
Stand or wait around idly or without apparent purpose. It's loitering.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm not happy about that, but I'm not gonna stop him because I don't care.
Right.
But if he's like, say, like he's outside, just like sitting by the door, then I'm gonna be like, dog, you need to go. You need to leave.
As a crime, loitering is generally charged as a misdemeanor, so it's a crime.
Damn, it is a crime. That's crazy.
Yep.
All right, the guy who
can't stand out here.
The punishment for the guy who made that illegal. What is that? What are we punishing him with? Because fuck that guy.
At least a week in prison, which might be his whole life.
I was thinking we should
for the
just
rest
kill.
of his
Throw him
life,
in
he
a
has something.
volcano.
I was thinking we could just kill his dog and call it a day. But yeah, I mean, we could throw him in a volcano, sure.
We don't want to create a John Wick. We'll just throw him in an active volcano.
A guy who hates loitering is not as cool as John Wick. All right, that's just not a thing. John Wick would be fine with loitering. You know it.
You'd be surprised.
Well, the thing is that like okay, so like I said, like with my example, where it's like they're sitting outside the front door of Wendy's. I don't want to go in there now. They're just in the way.
Time 22 of the podcast.
Yeah. You're just gonna. It's gonna stop there, huh? Yeah. Huh? It's gonna drop it on us and just leave.
Oh my god.
Very bold of you.
Very bold of you.
Here's what I think. Right. Here's what I think.
Okay.
That's it.
All right.
He's right. He's fucking right.
He thought for sure. He thought for sure.
So
Write it
yeah.
down. He thought.
If somebody was loitering, they basically get like a monthly payment from the government to get housing.
So here's what I
That's
think, right? What is
What's up?
what do you think the crime should be or the punishment should be for kicking a pregnant woman out of her seat and sitting in her spot?
Nothing. What?
It's just a nothing. No one else has anything to say about it.
I wasn't
There's
here.
no crime.
My
It's
fucking
not a
dad
crime.
was talking to me.
Oh my god! And where's Ripley? Is Ripley at Arby's?
When did you have a dad?
When did I have a dad? Since I was at least 5.
That is weird that Carlos is a dad, right?
Is that?
I don't know. Everyone here has a dad but me, and it's kind of pissing me off. Like I'm gonna be 100%. You guys suck. Fucking hate you guys.
Well, they don't have moms.
But you have both.
Yeah.
You have both. Like we're each missing one, but Carlos has both, and he somehow turned out to be the most insane out of all of us. Just like I don't know if that's true actually.
See, that's why we eat him first in survival situations.
Because he has both parents.
Both
Yeah. Because there will be more to mourn him. Is why we need him.
Targeted, bro. It's targeted. It's
Well,
crazy.
you'll have people actually show up to your funeral. We'll have person show up to our funeral. All right. So I don't want to hear anything from you.
What is your emotion on loitering? How do you feel about that?
Well, I was gonna say like because you're talking about the guy who invented it. Like, what is the crime itself? What is his punishment? I was just saying like maybe for like the rest of his life, we just have somebody loiter him. Like just somebody just stands by him at all times.
Just sit
Never
outside the
leaves,
bathroom door.
Yeah. Just stands around, doesn't elaborate or anything. He just sits there and watches him just do his daily life.
That would actually be a
The
really
rest
good
of his
punishment. I want to use that on more than just a loitering guy. Like if you kill someone, you have to have that person's family stand beside you for the rest of your life. They just sit there.
Actually, that is a very good idea. If you are, if you have murdered somebody, you can go on about your daily life, but you cannot harm the 100 relatives that he has that will be standing around you at all times for the rest of your fucking miserable life.
And the punishment for having your daughter get murdered is that for the rest of your life, you have to stand next to the guy who did it and just watch him shit. You're welcome. The justice system, everybody. We've done it. We have solved crime.
Now, how do you feel about war crimes?
War crimes, fucking sick, dude. I love that shit.
I think they're lame.
Why? Name one war crime that's not cool.
Well, killing civilians.
That is so fucking cool.
It's really lame. Landmines exist, right? And landmines always kill more civilians than they do soldiers. That's just how that works.
Tell them to get off the war zone, bro. If it's a COD map, don't walk in there.
Well, if you live in, I don't know, Afghanistan or something,
just leave.
You walk outside and it's just a landmine.
Just leave.
They can't.
No, they could just walk away.
I mean, he's right. If it was me, I would just walk away.
Yeah. If someone was in my house blowing up my house and I had no idea it was going to happen until I was blown to smithereens, I would just move. I would just leave. It's just that simple.
I still love the craziest idea of literally somebody just standing in your house. Just looking at you, not even doing anything, just staring at you at the bottom of your fucking stairwell.
Oh my god. Creams, what is stalking to you? What is stalking if that's loitering?
I don't want to get into it. It's too deep. It's too deep right now.
I have an announcement. I had to leave again because my mom was talking to me.
Oh my god.
Carlos, I am actually
Stop
going to kill
places.
you. Yeah, stop fucking doing it. Dude, I swear to God, when you come down
I'm
here,
sorry, you just have to talk to me. I'm sorry.
when you come down here, I'm going to lock you in your room. You will never leave. You will stay in the same room for the rest of your life. You will never leave.
Next podcast, we're getting Brennan.
My mom was saying I just read this text. It was so fucking funny, and I was like, "Damn, that's crazy." Mom got him in the middle.
You know what? You know what? This is a good thing. Let's make a bunch of fail safes for Carlos if he just doesn't do what we want him to do.
Yeah.
So for instance, like sleeping in. Like, what are we gonna do to Carlos if he's sleeping in? What are
If
we
Carlos,
gonna do to
yeah,
Carlos if he's
this is
talking
new
to
justice. This is new justice. How can we
Okay.
punish Carlos?
This is bullshit.
Okay. So, right, let's say
Let's name the things that he has offended us by. Like,
Okay,
what is
yeah.
offensive?
Number
That's okay.
one,
That's
not
okay.
picking up any of my 20 phone calls, even though when they relate to his immediate future, his job, his house, and his friendships.
Okay, so that's number one. So refusal to answer his phone. Number two, sleeping in. Like late as fuck.
Carlos, big
Oh,
sleepy. Carlos, sick of
Hey,
big
Carlos.
sleepy.
Way too late.
feels a little too
Um,
cooperate.
Likes to leave at random times for no reason.
People talking to me.
Gets up and starts walking around his room. What are we gonna do about that?
I do that though.
Wait, refuse to cooperate.
Literally, if it
Leaving.
weren't for the fact that I had headphones stuck to my fucking head right now, I would be walking around my room just talking to you guys.
Being a big fat dork, being a fucking loser. just being a fucking no, I'm just kidding. But genuinely though, like here's what I think, right? We actually already came up with our punishments, right? But I do want to talk about one more crime. Liking Arby's, just genuinely out of all the restaurants in the world, just
Oh
fucking
my
pick
God.
Arby's.
Arby's is great.
Okay.
You are the only guy
Carlos,
ever to
I have
like
eaten
Arby's.
Arby's every day prior to work, just about, because it's like one of the very few places that never has a line, because no one fucking eats Arby's. Nobody eats Arby's. The only reason I eat it is because other people don't eat Arby's. That is not a good sign. That is actually a bad sign, in fact. Like, you shouldn't eat Arby's, is what I'm getting at. Carlos.
You know what I
I
think?
got a lot of them.
I think
I
I think that's the same opinion coming from someone who doesn't like fucking chili cheese Fritos.
Who the fuck doesn't like those?
I hate
Wait, whoa. Okay. Who likes chili cheese Frito here?
Me.
Man, they're great.
Yeah.
You are insane, both
All
of
right,
you.
all right, you know what? You know what?
Okay.
You know what, Carlos? You know what? How about
That's
this?
fucking disgusting.
You know what, Carlos? How about this? Remember back in episode 3, episode 2, Riz It What Cost? We're gonna put them in the saw trap where one of them has to suck the other one's dick and they just have to take it. Alright, that's their punishment. Fuck these losers. These guys suck.
No, they don't like chili cheese Fritos. Listen, we can agree. We can agree on something about Arby's, or rather, we can't agree on Arby's. We can agree on chili cheese.
Yeah, chili cheese Fritos,
Okay.
fucking ball. That MP4.
Okay. So Carlos refuses to cooperate, right? Let's say, I don't know, he doesn't want to answer calls, right? He doesn't want to do that. He doesn't want to do this, right?
Well, it's not that I don't want to do it. It's that I can't do it because I'm usually unconscious.
Okay.
Wake up.
So if he's sleeping, okay. So let's change that to he's sleeping, right? So if he's sleeping, I'm going to have a shotgun trap, connected to his bed, right? Every time he gets a new bed frame to try to replace it or a new mattress, there's going to be a guy that shows up, a small Mexican guy, and he's going to set up the trap in his sleep while he's sleeping, right? And he's going to wake up, and, Carlos's head's obviously going to hit the sawed-off shotgun. And, Carlos will know. And there's going to be a timer on it, right? An alarm, right? When that alarm goes off, that thing is going to start blowing. It's going to start, pew, pew, pew. Like, it's going to start blowing your head off. So you got to be asleep before that clock, goes off, Sledge. Okay? But when we need you, you'll just be there. Okay? Because we could, we have our mobile app, so we can set up the time whenever we want.
Here's what I think.
Okay.
Okay, no, Carlos, you can respond to that. Sorry.
That's a bit extreme, but I totally get it. You're just gonna like put a rust shotgun trap above my head and call it a day. I understand.
Yes.
Here's what I was saying, right?
With app.
You know a Rube you know what with app, yes. You know what a Rube Goldberg trap is?
Yes.
One of those ones where it hits a marble and then it hits some dominoes and the dominoes hit a bowling ball and the bowling ball hits like a hammer and the hammer falls and hits a thing. Yeah. I'm going to set up one of those that goes for 8 hours. So you can get full 8 hours of sleep at a normal time. And if you do not wake up prior to that 8 hours, it will drop 17 bowling balls on each of your testicles. On each of your balls.
Not one bowling ball for each testicle.
Yeah, 17 for each testicle.
How are the bowling balls going to drop? Are they going to be like bing, 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 bing? Or
I'm going to throw them. I'm going to throw them.
Oh. Okay.
That's the end of
the Rube Goldberg machine is just you at the end of it.
The Rube Goldberg machine just lets me know when to throw them. It's not actually anything to do with Carlos. It's just how I keep time. I don't know how to read a clock, so I set up Rube Goldberg traps.
Bro, have you seen this inside of this man's house? It's just one big fucking slide of domino.
Yeah, there's dominoes and bowling balls everywhere.
I've talked to his mom before, and his mom was like, I'm fucking tired of setting up dominoes, but this fucking kid just doesn't know how to read a clock.
Do you have any idea how many times I've been hit in the head with stray fucking bowling balls? I don't even know how to spell anymore. I just don't know how to spell.
Holy shit.
Yeah, wake up. Come on.
Yeah, just get up, bro. That's all. That's all we ask.
God damn it.
I was thinking
guy, what can I say?
a little light. I'll I'll go to y'all's house and be like, yo, I'm just gonna be here to do some shit. I'll build Carlos like a bed frame. But what it is like the bottom of it is like cut out like where his dick is.
Strong start.
And it's like kind of elevated. Yeah, and it's kind of elevated. So he's gonna climb up to like lay down on his bed. And you guys can call me every time. Like it was like, Ripley, it's that time. I'm like, all right, cool, I'll come over. And if he doesn't wake up, I'll set an alarm there. And if he's not up, I'm going to rip down his pants, pull his balls through the hole, and start torturing you from underneath the hole until you get up.
You know what? You know what? For the audience at home who has no idea why that just happened, I would like to explain it to you. When we were younger men, about a year ago, me and Ripley were like on this hunt where we were like, we gotta find the weirdest porn in the world, right? And one of our options was there's this big buff ass woman, right? And then there's this guy suspended above her with his balls hanging from the ceiling, just through a hole that they cut into the ceiling. And basically, she just puts on, like, hand wraps and just starts using his testicles as a speed bag.
I was about to ask, is this the speed bag video? Yeah.
Yeah, and you can just hear him go, ah, ah, ah.
The whole time, it's so sad.
We're gonna find that video so I can put it in the video.
Yeah, just put big fucking balls in the video. Yeah.
I'll just blur them out.
Oh my god. Just like, every morning, every single morning, I'll wake up to that and I'll be like, oh, Carlos is a sleepy fella.
Just put an audio clip of them making all that sound in the video.
Oh my fucking god.
Guys, my mom wants to speak.
Carlos's mom, what do you have to say?
Okay, that hacker guy messaged me again. He wanted me to punch you in the nuts.
That hacker guy must be a pretty cool fella, if I say so myself. That hacker guy must be tall, dark, and handsome.
Oh god, that was so fucking funny.
I'd like to explain that to you guys, and so essentially what happens is, right, we're about to start the podcast, and Carlos is asleep. He's like fully conked out, little guy, all snuggled up in his blanket. So I have his mom's number, so I text Carlos's mom, and I'm like, hey, you gotta wake up Carlos, right? But because he's late, I want you to punch him in the nuts for me. Just punch him in the nuts really fucking hard. And the worst part about this plan is that I assumed Carlos's mom would have overcome the big sleepy syndrome, but no, she was also asleep while he's asleep at like 4 p.m. in the middle of the day, just completely conked out. I'm like, all right, cool.
Actually, I was just she apparently has to go to work right now.
Oh, okay.
Which normally she goes to work at like 3 in the morning.
I see. Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, that's good. She's got like a normal schedule. I liked late shifts. When I was in the Coast Guard, like that was my favorite. Whenever we'd get up and do night watch, which is basically just stare at the fucking ocean. Like, I think I see a whale. No, you don't. You're tired.
I think I see a whale.
Basically, yeah, because like, I just want to talk about how stupid Lookout is. Lookout is fucking retarded. There's no other word for it. Because like, we have radar, right? And like, you can tell where other boats are and where other whales are, right? Usually, and we're on like big sort of like 270s, so big ass boats, and they're old as shit, right? So I understand being skeptical. I'm like, those boats do fuck up every once in a while. But basically what you're doing is on lookout, you stare out into the ocean in the middle of the fucking night where you can't see anything because there's like no moon to light it up half the time. So you're just looking out at black sky and you just have to go, I think there's a boat over there. No, that's not a boat. You're tired. Yeah, you're right. It's 3 a.m. Okay. And like that's the entire time. You just do that for 4 to 6 hours depending on how strapped your schedule is. And then you just fucking like go back inside and you're like, hey, I think I see something. And they're like, yeah, they saw on the radar like 20 minutes ago. It's like, okay, all right, I'll go fuck myself. Sorry, my bad. It's so fucking stupid. And, like all you do is lose it on 6 hours of sleep because it's never normal times. It's never a normal time. So they're like, oh yeah, middle of the day, go out there and stare at the ocean for 6 hours. It's like, oh, it's 3 a.m. Yeah, all right, till 9 a.m. You'll be up there and then you can go to sleep. Oh, nope, you got work in the morning. You'll just suffer. You'll die. I don't know, man. Coast Guard funny. Coast Guard stupid.
What else has Carlos been accused of? The sleeping in, randomly leaving and doing whatever.
I like this has gone from like ranking other crimes to ranking my crimes.
Yeah, Carlos, I want you to. I want that to sink in. You are on the same level as pedophiles. You are on the same boat.
What the fuck? Why would you say that?
You're just as bad. Is basically what we're saying.
Actually, wait, hold on. I was talking to my mom about this earlier because I seen it on Twitter, and I was like, "What the fuck is wrong with people on Twitter?"
Everything.
Okay, so on a police station in Scotland, they have changed the name of pedophile to minor attracted persons, which is what pedophiles are calling themselves now.
What? Why though?
What do you mean? Why though?
Like, does that make you feel better? Like,
why did they change their name, or why did the police change it?
Both. Like, if you're raping kids, are you really like? I don't like the way people refer to me as a child rapist. I don't think that's very stylish.
Or did they?
Mom, they changed the name, Mom. The police just followed them because, yeah. That
No,
makes sense.
you didn't say
Yes,
that.
I did.
Yes, I did.
I don't know.
Mom, I'm in the middle of something right now, please.
No. Let's talk about child raping with your mom more. This is a solid talk.
That's when I'm in South Carolina.
Oh, man.
My mom is butting in on conversations. Anyways.
I found a good way to combine these two things, these Carlos crimes and regular crimes.
Okay.
I will take the death row inmates and they will run every single Arby's around Carlos's vicinity. And if they can kill Carlos successful,y they could go free. That's
Do you have
it.
any idea how easy that is for Carlos? There's like so many different ways to kill Carlos. One, Carlos will eat it, so like he can just literally put poison in there, and he'll just eat it all, and he won't even know, and then he'll die.
I know. Carlos will know.
I got a pretty good constitution. I don't know.
Oh, how about this? What if Carlos just decides? What if Carlos just goes, "I'm not going to go and do an Arby's"? What then, Crims? What happens?
That's where my kidnappers come in. The ones I imprisoned.
Oh, shit.
Oh, of course, yes. The kidnappers.
Well, they're not allowed to leave the Arby's. That's what you said. Those are the rules.
No, if you go outside the vicinity or try to go to a different restaurant, they'll just kidnap you.
Oh,
and they'll rape you.
Oh, okay.
And then they'll put you back in your house.
I will go to the grocery store.
Okay.
What?
They're gonna get you.
They're not there. You said another restaurant.
Any other place. Any place.
Okay, so I guess I'm just gonna stay in my house.
Actually, no. Yeah, that's a good idea. I think what I'm gonna do is Carlos, I'm going to just take you around the city. I'm gonna be like, all right, yeah, go in there, and you're gonna have like a fake bomb vest strapped to you, and we're gonna go around almost every single place in South Carolina, and you're gonna be like, I have a fucking bomb, and start yelling that. So you'll be banned from almost everywhere in our local vicinity. So you can only stay in your room. If you want something, I'll go get it for you.
I'm trying to leave my room. What's wrong with you, asshole?
How about this? Here's my game plan, right? These are all solid plans. I kind of like all of them. So I like the idea of when Carlos enters somewhere else. It's sort of stressful for him. You know the water bucket at the top of the door frame trick? You know, when they close it and the water falls on their head? Yeah, I'm going to do that, but instead of water, it's going to be filled to the brim with fucking arachnids. Just spiders everywhere. Every time he enters the fucking door, all of them are going to fall on his fucking head. But they're friendly spiders. They're cool. They wait a minute, you know. Carlos freaks out a little bit. And the spiders explode. I put C4 in each of the spiders. So the spiders will blow him up.
Good idea. I'm gonna actually do this instead, Carlos.
Arby's will never be the same.
I'm going to fill it to the brim with hydrochloric acid. So when it falls all over your face, it's gonna like mutilate you. So you wouldn't want to go outside.
Well, I mean, I'll just be a little sad.
I wouldn't let you leave.
I think that damage system is gonna work way better because that
How
one.
about this? Every time you even dare leave your room, I'm just gonna throw a bucket of acid at you. You can't fucking leave.
Eventually, I'm just gonna grow immunity to acid, and I'm just gonna start being sad.
All right, here's what I think. Right, all these are kind of mean to Carlos. You know, he's a friend. We treat him so poorly. Here's what we're gonna do. Every time he leaves the room, we're gonna, all right, man, just be back fast. And when he turns around and starts walking out the door, I'm gonna take Nutella that I have in my pocket, and I'm gonna smear the back of his ass.
I'm gonna put Nutella on every surface in the building, so that if he ever sits down, he's shit himself.
Yeah, just make him look like he shit his pants at Arby's, and eventually they're gonna know him as Shit Boy, and he won't want to enter it.
Shit boy walks in. He wants the usual. Shit boy.
Jesus fucking great.
No.
It's every day with these assholes.
Wacky idea, right? Let's say, right, Carlos is in the podcast. Carlos wants to go to Arby's, right? We have one of each troop being, one person who committed one of the, numerous crimes we have done.
Death row right? Troops now, not felons.
We have one death row inmate, one murderer, one kidnapper, one loiterer, one jaywalker, one mass shooter, one pedo, one war crimer, right? And we can place him anywhere Carlos' house. Carlos has escape. How about that? Yeah.
Here's what I like though. The idea of like having to set this up in a meeting and sitting someone who's loitered at an Arby's and a rapist are just next to each other. Just like, oh yeah, we're the same. We're the same guy. Like, I think they should at least have different rows or something. Like,
you have to give them those roles. See, I'm placing my murderer and my death row inmate, in the perimeter of the building, right?
Okay.
If Carlos gets out, they're going to chase him down. They're going to go crazy, right? Our kidnapper's going to be in the bathroom. He has he's really good at just grabbing people, So if Carlos tries to go to the bathroom window,
the rapist in the bathroom.
Well, we don't have a rapist. We have a pedo.
Oh, well, a child. Oh, you're definitely not a child.
What's the difference?
You're definitely not a child.
Yeah.
Want to fuck you. You're a grown
I'll have a pedo just sitting in the hallway just to creep him out. Maybe he doesn't want to go out and say hi to him or anything. I would put him in
the bed, right on the top of the desk, so when he's watching TV, the pedo could just look down on him disapprovingly.
See, for me, I'm just gonna put the loiterer in his room, just like blocking his door, and he'd be like, "Hey, dude, like get out the way." Like, it's not supposed to get you standing there,
Here's what I think. I'm gonna put the loiterer inside of his skin. What then, Carlos? What are you gonna do about that?
What am I gonna do about that? I'm gonna be controlled by a new person, and then I just won't have to worry about it.
All right.
He's under my skin. He's under my skin.
He's in my skin. He's in my eyes.
Come out! He just like the loiterer just like walks me into the bay.
My jaywalker is gonna be roof patrol.
What the fuck is a jaywalker? Why are you gonna put him on the roof?
What?
Just in case
he's like expert maneuver, so you can just chase him down wherever. But no, he just stands there on the roof.
He's our watchful eye, right? Our mass shooter is gonna be like by any vehicle Carlos has owned.
Why do you not have it the other way around, where the loiterer is the one on the roof and the jaywalker is the one,
walking around your room?
Yeah.
The loiterer stays still. The average jaywalker moves. Okay,
I guess
it's not the same. Okay. My war crimer will be priming nukes. Just in case anything goes wrong, it'll be aimed at the Arby's.
Yeah.
The closest Arby's.
No more South Carolina if Carlos fucks up. No more.
Why the fuck? I just want to go to Arby's. I just want a chicken tender.
You get chicken tenders at Arby's?
Chicken tenders at fucking Arby's?
What the fuck do you get at Arby's?
I get a buffalo chicken sandwich when I go there, and I'm sad about it the whole time, Carlos. Be like us.
Bro, that shit doesn't melt your skin, bro. You cannot just eat fucking eating chicken tenders from Arby's, bro.
No one else does them.
Yes, they do. Did you just say other restaurants don't sell chicken tenders? Is
No,
that what you
I
just
have
said?
No fast
chicken
food.
tenders.
No fast food sells them.
Dude, there are Walmarts that sell chicken tenders, Carlos. Everywhere has fucking
I'm
chicken
not
tenders.
going to Walmart. I'm not going to Walmart.
You don't even need to do
You
that, bro.
are too good for
I want
Walmart.
no. Listen. I'm not. I didn't say that. I did not say that. I said that I want fast food. No other fast food sells.
Everywhere has chicken tenders. Burger King has
Oh,
chicken
so I
tenders.
had
McDonald's
a
has chicken tenders.
Okay, I've had the Burger King chicken tenders. They're fucking bubkiss, bro. They're awful.
Bumpkiss? What are you, Jewish now? You became Jewish?
Bubkiss, bro.
Kiss.
Bubkiss, bro. That's straight fucking garbage.
Chick-fil-A probably also has chicken tenders.
Yeah,
I'm
they
not-
definitely have chicken tenders.
I don't have Chick-fil-A. Do you have Chick-fil-A up there?
Yeah, we have Chick-fil-A.
Okay, cool.
Dude,
okay.
we're in the South. Of course we have
You
Chick-fil-A.
don't have
We-
Chick-fil-A? Man,
You're right. The closest Chick-fil-A is in Sandusky, which is like half an hour away.
I don't care.
That's also not very far. Okay, Chris.
I mean, it's not that it's like terribly far. It's that I want fast food, not 30 minutes food.
Okay, here's what I'm saying, right?
Obviously don't value
Here's
Chick-fil-A.
what I'm saying, right? We've been talking about Arby's a lot.
I
talk
can
about-
tell.
Let's talk about mass shootings.
Yeah, let's talk about Wendy's and mass shootings inside Wendy's.
Okay, so here's what I'm thinking, right? Mass shooting, everyone agrees, kind of bad, if you do it, unless if it's funny, not a good thing, right? So, let's say someone goes in a mass shooting, right? Here's what I think their punishment should be. I think we should give them a gun, right? It's a paintball gun. You put them out in public. Every single civilian has an AR-15 fully loaded. All right, and he has to fight off all of the civilians in a local Arby's, and he has his paintball gun, and they have automatic AR-15s.
So you dropped a random mass shooter from unnamed country, and you give him a paintball gun, and you sat and you put him in Creamline. Is basically
Yeah, basically is what I did. Yes.
that dude ain't surviving. He ain't.
If he lives, man, then he got that dub, and he gets to go out. So if he's a John Wick type, completely free to do it again. Up to him.
You have to like survive a certain amount of time.
What do you mean? No, just if he can kill everyone else. How many people are in your average Arby's? One person and Carlos? Yeah, 2 people? That's fine. Holy shit.
Well, is it time?
Is it time?
Is it time?
That's a good question.
Okay, is it time?
Time for you to take the dog out.
Pop the bell. All right, it looks like I'm leaving for the 5th time, guys.
All right. Well, it's been a splendid podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you all enjoyed Carlos's mom.
Wait, hold up, guys. Hold up. Men in the world.
What about
Where
him?
is he?
We got next time. Okay.
Did you say where is he? Where the fuck do you think he is?
In the walls,
yeah,
dumbass.
he is in the walls. We'll talk about him one day.
Okay, we're talking again. We're good. We'll get back. We'll get back.
All right. Well, hope you all enjoyed. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Ah!